Če bi vam rekel, da mi izstrelite kakšno avtomobilsko znamko, ki je v svoji zgodovini izdelala res kakšen hud koncept, so skoraj prepričana, ne bi rekli Renault. Clio in Megane sta najbrž modele, na katera najprej pomislite, pa v zadnjem času seveda Captur, pa športni navdušenci se spomnite petke, Turbo, pa Clio V6, Megane, Trophy Air, Sport Spider, pa še kakšen bi se našel. Ampak hudi koncepti, a to so imeli tudi. O ja, pa še koliko. Prvega se boste mogoče celo spomnili, ker je v relativno podobni obliki na ceste zapeljal Sport Spider. Leta 90 je bil to Roadster Laguna, mini dvosed z 2-litrskim motorjem in 210 konjički, ali pa Renault Raccoon, ki je izgledal kot kakšen rover za vožnjo po Luni. No, mogoče bi bil za tem še bolj primeren Renault Zoe iz leta 98. Samo 2.0 motor, 135 konjički, tam pač ne bi delal, a ne, ker ni kisika. Ali pa iz istega leta Vel Satis. Ok, še par jih naštejem, preden mi končno pokažejo novost, zaradi katere gremo v Pariz. Recimo, pred 15 leti je bil Renault Nepta luksuzni kabriolet z dvižnimi vrati. Kako ima lahko kabrio dvižna vrata? Ja, vpeta so bila v pokrov motorja in sredina vozila je bila tako zgoraj odprta. No, pa Renault Desire, noro lep električni avtomobil, Twizy RSF1 skoraj 100 konjički, pa Renault Trezor, sami nori koncepti. Meni najbolj zanimiv Renault Vesta iz leta 87. Že takrat je zmogel na 100 km porabiti samo 3 litre. Zdaj pa čakaj, se preoblečem pa gremo v Pariz. Tole je nova študija, ki ima očitno zelo velik pomen za znamko, če ne me ne bi povabili samo v Pariz. Renault se je namreč zavezal, da do leta 2030 v svoji ponudbi doseže 100% delež električne energije, kar pomeni, da konkretno težijo k trajnostnemu razvoju. In seveda vsaka študija poleg tehnologije nakazuje tudi oblikovalske smernice znamke v naslednjih letih. Tudi to je treba upoštevati. Zdaj pa vem, da vas zanima, kaj je tole. Novi scenic. Ja, dejansko bo izgledal to hudo. Oziroma 85% to hudo, kot sem slišal. Why did you choose the name Scenic?
So, back in 1991, I don't know if you see it in the other room, but we used to have a concept car called Scenic, and the meaning of Scenic was safety concept embodied in an innovative car, bringing the values also of sustainability and to have a more collective approach for the families. So this is a concept car, and in 2024 there will be a production car, very similar in terms of exterior design, about 90% similar, and it will hit the road in 2024. So this concept car is a hybrid hydrogen and electric. The production car will be 100% electric.
The design of the car, it's something new for the Renault.
What we've tried to do with this car, the concept car, is to change the volume, because we think the Scenic used to be a very successful car because of the fact that it gave a lot of space inside and had a monospace exterior. So we've changed the design and we've made it two-box, so it's much more crossover and much more assertive on the outside, but we've kept all the cool things about the Scenic, which is incredible space on the inside.
What about the materials? I read that many parts of the car are recycled.
Yes.
So this is...
Yeah, this is one of the examples of recycled materials that we've used. This is actually 100% recycled plastic coming from waste. So it's plastic bottles, milk bottles, you know, which are white in color, which are quite funny. And then it's plastic pipes, which are black in color. So we recycle them and we arrange them in this motif, which looks really nice actually. And it's good for nature because we're taking plastic which otherwise would end up in waste and recycle it into a much nicer piece. And this approach we are using everywhere in the car. The seats are made of 100% recycled polyester, including the foam and the stitching. And we have other pieces which are made of recycled material.
What's this?
This one is one very interesting film. We use this to bring in light in the interior and color in the interior because we've chosen to make the interior color block white without any pigments. So this makes it super sustainable because pigments can be polluting. And then we use this kind of interesting material to create light and color through diffraction of light, you know, so that's without pigment.
It looks very arty.
It does, but that's also part of the concept car world, right? It has to be on the intersection of art, design and engineering. This car The concept car has 70% recycled content, which means it comes 70% of the parts of the total car come from recycling. And it can be 95% recycled, which means you can take 95% of this car, recycle into something else.
Res je huda ta notranjost s tem volanom, pa s tem, ker je vse tukaj odprto. Tukaj v bistvu lahko posamezne komponente vidiš in jih potem celo zamenjaš, če ti kakšna baje kasneje ne bo všeč, recimo, da bo imel zaslon premajhno ločljivost. Pa tale velik zaslon je zelo zanimiv, ker je v bistvu tako postavljen, da nič ne rabiš odmikati pogleda s ceste, ampak ga dejansko vidiš tam, kam mora biti. Kamerice so na mestu vzvratnih ogledal, pa tole je airbag viden, rečemo mu kokon, zaradi tega, ker ko se napihnete, takole objame. Baje, da do tam okoli leta 2028 ta zadeva lahko prišla ven na trg, bomo še videli. Teli zaslončki se lahko vrtijo k potniku, pomeni, da če jih rabim jaz, se k meni obrnejo, če jih rab sopotnik, pa k njemu. Potem tudi sedeži so različni, ker vsak rab svoje, recimo jaz rabim takšnega vozniškega, sovoznik ima pa takega, da se lahko tudi za noge mačkan naštima, da mu je bolj udobno. Pa tole, recimo, ko so vidni teli zračniki in vse skupaj, ja, taka kar bizarna notranjost, v bistvu brez ene barve, ampak vseeno deluje tako barvito. Je pa tukaj noter baje 10 zaslonov, jaz mislim, da sem celo preštel kakšnega več, ampak tam nekje. In so mi dali prav dekco od spodaj, da ne bom sedeža uničil za tega, ker so naredili do zdaj samo en ta avto na svetu. We were talking about the battery.
Yes.
Can it be recycled?
Yes, battery can definitely be recycled. Actually, we signed an agreement between Veolia and Solvay with the Renault Group. The idea is that today you recycle the batteries and the elements might not be pure enough to be taken into account for the production of a new cell for new batteries. The idea with the partnership we have with Solvay and Veolia is that we'll be able to take this chemistry back again into making new cells.
How long can the battery live?
Well, the lasting of the battery lifespan actually is pretty huge. In fact, what we say is that it's about roughly 15 years inside of the vehicle, then 10 extra years because we pioneered the stationary storage, a kind of secondary life. So we just take the battery out of the car, put it on racks actually inside of the container, and then it can be used for peak shavings, for instance, on the grid. So this is roughly extra 10 years, so roughly 25-30 years before considering recycling.
Torej, serijski scenic leta 2024, tisti bo na elektriko, potem tista huda notranjost verjetno leta 2028, vodik pa je od leta 2030 naprej, če bo šlo vse po trenutnem planu. Tole je pa scenic letnik 91, prototip. Kdo si misli, da je že 30 let?